Aliens have had to face off with some pretty strange enemies. We all know the ever-popular Aliens vs. Predator series, and even some of the lesser-known series like Judge Dredd and The Terminator, but it's the Aliens vs. DC comic series that I want to start with today. These comics took on a surprisingly serious adult tone, even showing how the aliens could hold their own against elite Justice League members, at least in certain situations. With Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns, you'd think that the aliens have met their match, yet a tough decision by Hal will result in the deaths of others and start a mess that will eventually be confronted a decade later by Kyle Rayner and what's left of the Lantern Corps. Our story begins in the most hellish of places known in the universe, a twisting cavern of what looks to be the blackened bones of some long dead animal, blended or somehow combined with metal tubing and machine-like shapes. Leathery pods sit grouped together, yet one had split open at the top, and beside it was the dead corpse of the Facehugger, the bringer of death. This is the hive of the Xenomorph. Sitting on the floor is a small green ring. Above it, encased in resin, is Baron Char, the Green Lantern of Sector 1522, and he doesn't look well. Suddenly, he begins to convulse, and we see a bulge in his chest appear. Unfortunately, even a mighty Green Lantern without its ring is just another host for the alien. We now pick up back on Earth with these crooks as they're holding up a bank, and at first it looks like we're dealing with non-xenomorph aliens, but then it turns out these guys are only wearing masks. One of the masked thugs pulls a gun on an old lady, trying to get her to open the vault, and that's when we see an arrow zip through the frame, taking the gun right out of his hands. Enter Green Arrow and the Black Canary. They're quickly able to take the criminals down, or at least they thought they did, when suddenly a giant green hand construct reaches out from behind them and grabs an armed, unseen thug. Hal Jordan, Earth's Green Lantern, stands heroically in the door. "Sorry I'm late," casually placing the crooks inside an emerald prison cell. While the three catch up, they're interrupted when one of the Guardians of the Universe summons Hal to meet up with the other Green Lantern Corps members on the planet Tarama in Sector 1522. No other information's given, and Hal blasts off into the sky. Once he's arrived near Tarama, he's met up with 5 other Lanterns. This has Hal on edge because he knows the power that a single Green Lantern Corps member contains, and to need 6 of them, especially these Lanterns, this is enough power to go to war with. Just as Hal is talking about the group as an invasion force, he is told that the mission has more to do with infestation than invasion. So far, anyone that's gone in to check on the situation has not returned. Once the team reaches the planet's surface, they find a cave and they begin exploring. They are unaware that they have now entered into the hive of the alien, yet they are able to note that the structure of the walls is organic, yet not naturally occurring. Soon the group comes across a group of eggs, not knowing what horror hides inside them. It's here that they decide to split up, and Hal eventually finds the now dead Lantern, who has a huge hole in his chest, yet it looks like whatever has caused it came from the inside of his ribcage. He then notices a ring on the ground and goes to pick it up. Just then, he hears something hissing from behind him. Snapping his head around, he sees that he is surrounded by aliens. Without hesitation, he throws up a cage door to try to hold the attackers off, yet they're able to break through the construct. Astonished, he unloads a blast of green energy, when luckily the rest of the Lanterns show up to help Hal deal with the alien horde. Tomar Ree would then use his ring to fashion a green sword to slice into the tail of a Xeno, sending deadly acid spraying out, with some of it landing on his torso. The rest of the team is about to unleash on these creatures, knowing that they can easily kill them, when Hal throws up a barrier, telling the others they can't just kill these things. He tells them that even though these creatures are deadly, they're not inherently evil. Much like the sharks of Earth, they shouldn't be destroyed. The rest of the team knows that Hal is right. Green Lanterns avoid killing whenever possible, so they decide to move these aliens to a safer planet. I just gotta say that I love this scene. I mean, come on, lanterns flying through space with green bubbles full of aliens? Simply awesome. Anyway, back to the story. We now see that the aliens are being released on the planet as Hal and other Green Lanterns fly off into space. Yet here we can see that this isn't just some normal planet. This is Mogo, the living planet and Green Lantern. On the last page, we see that it's now a decade later, and we're shown an unknown damaged spacecraft, on fire, plunging towards a planet that looks like Mogo. And that's the end of the first of 4 issues. This is one of my favorite crossover comics in the Aliens universe. I have to admit that back in my comic reading days, I was a much bigger Marvel fan than DC, but with DC being the second place comic company, they aren't afraid of going more adult with their material, and the Alien crossovers do well with that darker setting. Fans of Kyle Rayner, get ready, because when the story picks back up, he's the last of the Green Lanterns. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. And as always, thanks for your support. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions make this channel possible. Take care, everybody, and I hope to see you next time.